This is Volkswagen's new electric SUV Coupé, the VW ID5, both at the rear-wheel drive version and the all-wheel drive version, the sporty GTX, here today with Thomas and Autogefuehl. And we're also in a digital studio here today. It's really impressive because we can actually just change our location by a click. Yeah, very impressive. Sunset maybe, or what do you like best? City atmosphere. These are actual photos and yeah, really cool, right? But of course it's about the vehicle here today. And we start here with the ID5 in the front. It has the matrix LED as standard and the light strip goes all the way here across in the front. Glacier White is the color, and you see here in the lower part it has a special lower bumper if you compare to the ID4. Of course they use the very same platform. The ID4, the SUV or normal crossover version, this one here the cut-off, the Coupé version, soon more to that. And here in the length, 4.60 meters or 181 inches. And of course you see the massive difference right here, falling roof line, so it has a sportier appeal if you compare to the ID4. You also have the same difference with the Audi Q4 e-tron, where you have the Sportback version, and the same will also count for the Skoda Enyaq, which also will come in this Coupé shape. Wheels from 19 to 21 inch wheels. These ones here are the biggest ones you can see. The Pro version here is the rear-wheel drive version, by the way. So this is also the basic platform here, the MEB platform, rear-wheel drive, and an option you can also get the all-wheel drive models, soon more to the GTX. But first of all, the rear here with an integrated wing here, very beautifully done. Also light strip goes all the way through. So in the rear there's also then this massive difference to the ID4 model. Three-dimensional tail lamps here once again, this is also pretty cool. Suspension-wise, you start with a normal suspension, optional the DCC, that's the adaptive suspension, dynamic chassis control. And if you would go for the GTX model actually, you would have a stiffer setup. And there you can see it, this is here the ID5 GTX. It comes standard with 20-inch wheels and then once again 21-inch wheels as an option. The front grille is a little bit different in the lower part. This one here, the same then, just like the ID4 GTX. You can see the sportier shape with this, honeycomb structure style, and also adaptive air intakes in the lower part. Of course, overall they do not need so much cooling then for the EVs right there. Then you can see the light strip once again. King's Red is the color right here, but you can also go for a King's Red car when you do not pick a GTX version. 300 horsepower for the GTX and an acceleration figure of 6.3 seconds. Here with the all-wheel drive model, one electric motor in the rear, one in the front. Battery size, you only get the big battery for the ID5, means 77 kilowatt hours net. And recharging, there has been an update now, because now 135 kilowatt DC charging possible, so 9 minutes less from the 5% to 80% state of charge. So this whole process then in less than 30 minutes. So good to see also some updates there, and we can also expect that, for example, these software changes are then later also enrolled to the ID4 models. Hazard lights or turning indicators in the front, really replacing that whole lower part. That looks fancy, right? And in the rear you have it then there in this cascading style. Top speed, by the way, 160 kilometers an hour or 100 miles per hour for the rear drive model, and for the GTX all-wheel drive, 180 kilometers an hour or 112 miles per hour. This is the car key, yeah, high gloss black alert. Then integrated door handles, and I mean they're actually quite good. A little bit more wind efficient, of course. Door closing sound is very solid, like that. Then instead of the doors, here then with brown insert, this is leather red. Soft top part here, and then we have the white structure here. Otherwise it would be high gloss black, you see it very soon. So in this case I think it's just, actually better to have it in the bright style than, piano lacquer all over the place. Then you can also see you can get this white interior with a white steering wheel and the brown dashboard. It is very unique, definitely. Just brings more spice to the vehicle. Soon also showing you how it looks like in black. Hashtag capacitive curves for the steering wheel buttons. Always not so good to control. And here the digital instruments, small 5-inch digital instruments. They are always connected here to the steering wheel. Yeah, they say use the head-up display, and therefore we keep it more basic. The pedals, always a nice detail, pause and play. Yeah, why not be joyful a little bit? And then the seats, you can see here, again with the browner situations, you also have these microfiber inserts, you can go for them. These here are the seats with the separated head restraint. I soon also going to show you how it looks like, basic with fabric on the inside. So either fabric on the inside or the microfiber, and then either these seats or the top sport seat with the integrated head restraint. Soon more to that. But first of all here, yeah, indeed very comfortable no matter which seating type you pick. And also for tall people, no problem with one with A6 or 6 This is here without the panoramic roof. Soon also going to show you the comparison to the one with the panoramic roof. Steering wheel control again, in and out, up and down. So a very comfortable seating position indeed. Some kind of van atmosphere here with the dashboard. Somewhat comparable with the ID4, but there are some changes indeed. For example, also concerning the software. What have they done there? Let's find out. And here we go. The 12-inch screen is always a standard, this bigger screen in the ID5, and this is the new software version 3.0. So they promised us it is faster now and also would have new functionality and so on. And let's see just from this responsiveness. So we know it doesn't have the best responsiveness, but considering what we've seen so far, it really seems faster now with this update. Let's just click through the menus just a little bit. Yeah, here this takes a while indeed. But overall, it seems to be more stable and a little bit more responsive. So yeah, so far this is actually a good step forward indeed. CarPlay integration like this. And then there's the thing here with the climate control, here with these sliders here and also with the volume slider. Again, not backlit at night, so you can hardly see that. You can also use the voice control, and they said that the voice control has been updated actually. Hello ID, set temperature to 22 degrees. That works. Hello ID, drive me to Berlin.
Please say the address or the line number.
Okay, that's here as well. So indeed, seems to be that the voice input has been massively upgraded. So yeah, I mean, it won't win a prize against Tesla or Polestar or something, but definitely a big upgrade it seems to be if you compare it to the so far versions. Ambient lighting, you can see very well integrated, and I really like this bright styling because also the frame around the infotainment screen is bright, and also the matte style, so less black panel like I use, and also this matte aluminum style insert right there. Steering wheel material, by the way, this is still animal skin. However, they're working on a solution to make the whole car animal free and more sustainable and animal friendly. And by end of 2022, this will come with a so-called apple skin, and this is also a natural fiber made from, fiber from apple skin. This will be really cool development there. And by the way, the seats here, you can see you have these armrests that makes, some kind of travel feeling atmosphere. Middle console here in the front, adaptive cup holders. That's actually a nice insert. You can also remove that. That's interesting, would also be possible. And then here you have this, this split and two USB-C chargers, inductive charging pad, and you can also close that whole thing. Head-up display, it's always, by the way, sharper in your own focus than it's on camera. On camera, it's really hard to pick it up in a very crisp way. You can see these information, but also then augmented reality head-up display function when you're driving. Rear, doors have hard pack at the inside then, but the rest is also very cool. Here, again, with the microfiber inserts, if you have that microfiber option. And you have a lot of space here, you can already see that. No middle tunnel because they have this electric building platform. Then, as for the legroom, there's enough left. So for 4, even 5 tall adults, no problem. Also as for the headroom, and this is really a good result because you might say, it has this falling roofline, but actually from the inside, the headliner is just a centimeter less. So there's not a big difference then to the ID4 if you compare that. So there's not a big compromise or so. It's more than about the styling on the exterior. And here you have the ISOFIX at the outsides each for the child seats. And then we have here this armrest with cup holders. They are not adaptive though. They are in the Audi, by the way. We have seen it in our comparison review, ID4 versus Audi Q4 e-tron recently. Here this is a ski hatch, and indeed the whole seat bench you already have to flip from here. You cannot do it from the trunk. trunk capacity, 550 liters, and that means a little bit more even than in the ID4. Why? Because here, this area below the cover, where it is measured, is a little bit higher. And then if you fold everything and measure up to the roof, then the liter capacity, the maximum, is less than the ID4. Width, about a meter or 40 inches. And the length is here at about 94 centimeters or 36 inches. And that height here below the cover, some 44 centimeters or 17 inches. You can see here a backpack also fits in easily, like this, also upright. Underneath you have some storage space for the cable, once, and something more. So there, for example, you can store it. And then to fold the seats, told you earlier, you have to go around and then, for example, here like 2/3, 1/3, or that ski hatch, and the total length then to the seat is about 1.70 meters or 67 inches. You can order this one here with this retractable towing hook here, and it can actually tow up to 1,200 kilograms, so 1.2 tons. That's some 2,645 pounds. This one here for the rear drive version. The GTX, the all-wheel drive model, a little bit more, 1.4 tons or 3,090 pounds. And now let's take a look at the GTX interior, a little sportier, and also this dark interior style. So the dark interior style you can also get for the normal model, of course. Here again, soft touch. And then you have this blue leatherette insert with red contrast stitches. Soon there will also be another color available if that's too much screaming out for you. Also in here at the dashboard, for example. And you also have this red GTX insert right there. And this one here is also this integrated head restraint. So you can get this sport seat both for normal and the GTX version option, and here also with the microfiber insert then. The thing is, they are both indeed very comfortable. The normal seat, I would say, is a little bit more plush, a little bit softer from the bolstering. So if you seek the best comfort, I think I would not go for the sport seat. However, this one is still also very comfortable. So both very comfortable indeed, but the other one maybe even a little bit more. Headroom then here is a little bit different because it's of course a little bit less than here at the side, but still plentiful, with 1.86 6'1". This one here with a panoramic roof, and it is one you cannot open, but at least you have this shade. So when you live in a very hot state or something, then you can use this shade then here to protect yourself even more against the sun. Here of course this whole dark atmosphere, which has the disadvantage of having a lot of high gloss black here and here and here and everywhere and so on. So I would really go for the bright interior. Or what's your take on that, guys? Here once again you can see the ambient lighting also leads over to the inside of the doors. And by the way, one thing that really annoys me all the time here at the inside of the doors right there, you just have two window levers. Some say you can't be mistaken then for the rear or something, but you have to activate it then here, press it here, and then you go actually with the rear. So to me these are cost savings. And one more look here at the dark interior, and in this case also then the GTX interior. Which one do you like best for today? In the rear, by the way, with the panoramic roof. So in the other vehicle I could also fit a hand over my head, so it's not the biggest difference actually what headroom you have here. No matter if you go ID4, ID5, with or without panoramic roof, it's kind of always sufficient, at least if you're my size. And here we have the base seat form with the separated head restraint, however in the GTX style, but with a fabric insert. So this is also quite cool. This stays cool in summer, especially here with the fabric, for example, red contrast stitches. Also very comfortable. So just remember, we have the base seat form or the sport seat form with the integrated head restraint. And then we have either fabric on the inside or then the Dynamica microfiber. And well, what is the best actually for the comfort? To my feeling is the base seat, but then with the microfiber option, that was the most comfortable seat in the test here today. And you should also check out the ID4 GTX versus the Audi Q4 e-tron. We have a comparison episode of that, or the Ioniq 5 review, also a strong competitor of this one.